will anybody on the other side just share with us the secret 3-page addendum that Speaker McCarthy negotiated with the Freedom Caucus so we can know what else was decided on, given away? I guess not.
There's no 3-page addendum. There's no extra stuff. Everything in the House rules package is posted on the House website. We made one addition as a conference.
I have great respect for my friend, but really, I mean, come on. What were the last 4 days about? Multiple sources tell us that there is this side agreement with the House Freedom Caucus that deals with some of the most controversial concessions. I know it exists. It'll come out sooner or later, but I think, everybody's talking about transparency and openness. It would be nice if there was a little bit more transparency and openness from the other side.
Taken as a whole, the video record does not support the claim that January 6th was an insurrection. In fact, it demolishes that claim. They were peaceful, they were orderly and meek. These were not insurrectionists, they were sightseers.
And I'm furious, because I was here that day. I was literally in this room as one of the last ones off the House floor.
Mr. Jordan, this isn't a both sides issue. Our Capitol was attacked. I mean, I was on the floor, at the House floor. I know you were and others, but I was one of the last people to walk off the House floor. And when I went into the Speaker's lobby, I saw this mob, trying to break glass doors to get access to the floor and God knows what else. They defied the Capitol Police, who were bravely trying to protect us. And I saw in their eyes, hate and evil.
I sat in the Speaker's chair that day. I saw how close we came to disaster. And I don't need Tucker Carlson or anyone else to tell me what happened that day. The bill, and I hesitate to call it a bill because it might as well be a tweet or a press release, does nothing. Maybe it should be an amendment to an actual bill that fights inflation. Just a suggestion. But don't try to pass this off as a real plan. This is what happens when you try to write a bill for Twitter instead of a bill that actually helps everyday people. Don't come to the floor and talk about transparency and openness and a new day. This is backroom politics. That's what this is about. January 6th was an attack on our democracy. And now Tucker Carlson has chosen to side with the enemies of democracy. But what's most alarming about all of this, what's most dangerous, is that he was aided and abetted by Republican Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy. I have to say, this is a new low. Speaker McCarthy's treacherous decision to coordinate with Tucker Carlson to deliberately distort what happened that day is beyond the pale. And the worst part is the blatant lying and the audacity, the sheer audacity of saying that all this inflation was caused by President Biden, when the guy before him added nearly $8 trillion to the national debt, when the guy before him presided over a 39% increase in the national debt, when the guy before him accumulated 25% of the total debt in American history. The hypocrisy is incredible. Mark my words, January 6th will happen again if we do not correct the record and tell the truth about what happened that day. It was an attempt to overthrow the government of the United States based on lies spread by the former President of the United States. And so for the sake of this institution, for the sake of the country, it is time to tell the truth. And for my Republican colleagues, it is time for you to condemn these lies. And with that, Madam Speaker, I reserve my time.